Okay, so you're trying to hire an ABAP developer,
Mm-hmm.
but you're feeling a little lost in the SAP world.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
It's a jungle out there.
we've got you
It is.
covered.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving deep into all the common questions around hiring these specialized developers.
Right.
So think of this as your crash course, and we're getting all this info straight from the ABAP Developers Playbook from theperfectdeveloper.com.
Oh, very good resource.
Yeah.
A lot of people I find
Mm-hmm.
underestimate the unique skill set that ABAP developers bring to the table. It's not just coding.
Right.
It's about understanding the heart of how businesses run on SAP.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's start with the basics. What is ABA and what makes these developers different?
Well, ABAP stands for Advanced Business Application Programming,
Okay.
and it's the language that powers SAP.
Gotcha.
But it's not your average coding language.
Right.
Imagine it as the intricate network of pipes that keeps a bustling city running.
Okay.
ABAP developers aren't just writing code.
They're building and maintaining the systems that manage everything,
Right.
from finances and inventory to customer data.
Wow.
They need to understand the business logic behind it all.
Okay, that's a great analogy.
Right.
So if I'm looking to hire, what are the absolute must-have skills that I need to have on my checklist?
Well, technical skills are a given, of course.
Right.
You want fluency in ABAP,
Of course.
comfort with tools like the ABAP Workbench.
Okay.
Think of it as their developer toolbox
Oh,
within SAP,
Mm.
and experience with relevant SAP modules,
Okay.
like FI for finance or MM for materials management.
Gotcha.
But here's where it gets interesting. Soft skills are equally critical.
I hear that a lot, but specifically for ABAP developers, why are soft skills so important?
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
They often work on projects that span across multiple departments.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine a developer who can not only write flawless code,
Right.
but also clearly explain the technical implications of a new feature to a non-technical stakeholder.
That's the kind of communication clarity that prevents costly misunderstandings and keeps projects running smoothly.
Right, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, salary.
Okay.
What can I realistically expect to pay an ABAP developer?
Well, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
Sure.
Salaries depend on experience, location,
Mm-hmm.
and even specific industry.
Okay.
Entry-level developers might start around $60,000 to $80,000 per year,
Okay.
while seasoned pros with a decade or more of experience can command upwards of $140,000.
Wow.
But there's more to consider than just the number on the paycheck.
Like what?
The pros and cons of local versus overseas hires.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Hiring locally often means smoother communication
Yeah.
and a better understanding of local business practices.
Sure.
But you might face a smaller talent pool
Right.
and higher salary expectations.
So if budget's a concern, going overseas is tempting.
It can be.
Yeah.
It opens up a wider talent pool
Okay.
and potentially lower costs. However,
Okay.
you might encounter hurdles with communication,
Sure.
time zone differences, and ensuring a smooth cultural fit.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. So it sounds like there's no easy answer.
It really depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once I've got a pool of candidates,
Yeah.
how do I actually assess their skills?
Okay.
I'm not an AB developer myself.
Right. Well, that's where the interview process becomes crucial.
Okay.
Technical interviews are your bread and butter.
Right.
Dive deep into their ABAP knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them to explain their problem-solving approach
Okay.
and get a sense of their experience with different SAP modules.
Right.
But don't stop there.
What else should I be doing?
Coding challenges are essential.
Okay.
Present real-world scenarios,
Mhm.
see how they build solutions,
Mhm.
observe their thinking process,
Okay.
and how they handle pressure.
Gotcha.
But it's not just about churning out code.
Right.
Portfolio reviews can be incredibly revealing.
Okay.
Ask candidates to showcase past projects,
Mm-hmm.
custom reports, applications,
Mm-hmm.
enhancements.
Okay.
It gives you tangible evidence of their skills and coding style.
It's like getting a sneak peek into their developer brain.
Exact.
Okay, so let's say I found the one.
All right.
How do I make sure they hit the ground running and actually thrive in my organization?
Onboarding is key.
Okay.
Start with a comprehensive orientation.
Right.
Introduce your company culture,
Yeah.
your SAP landscape,
Okay.
and the specific projects they'll be working on.
Okay.
It's like giving them a map and compass for success.
So no throwing them into the deep end on day one.
Exactly.
Yep.
Assign a mentor.
Okay.
someone experienced who can guide them and answer their questions.
Hmm.
Regular check-ins are essential too.
Right.
Discuss progress,
Okay.
address concerns,
Hmm.
and provide feedback.
Right.
Create an environment where they feel comfortable asking questions and seeking help.
So it's about making them feel supported and empowered to grow.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And remember, ongoing professional development is crucial.
So
Offer training opportunities, certifications, and industry events.
it's not just hiring them. It's nurturing their talent and helping them reach their full potential.
Yes.
This is all incredibly valuable. But are there any common challenges that I should be aware of when working with ABAP developers? Knowing the potential bumps in the road might help me avoid them.
Yeah, that's a smart approach.
Yeah.
One common challenge is translating complex business requirements into technical specifications.
Okay.
Sometimes stakeholders might not have a clear understanding of what they need,
Right.
or those needs might evolve over time.
So it's about bridging the gap between business speak
Yeah.
and developer logic.
Exactly.
Okay.
Effective communication and clear documentation are essential.
Gotcha.
Another challenge is integration.
Okay.
ABAP applications often need to interact with other systems, both within and outside the SAP ecosystem.
Like fitting puzzle pieces together, but sometimes those pieces are from different puzzles altogether.
You got it. And finally, keeping up with SAP updates is an ongoing challenge.
Yeah.
SAP is constantly evolving with new features and best practices emerging all the time. ABAP developers need to be lifelong learners.
This has been incredibly insightful. We've covered everything from essential skills and salary expectations to interviewing, onboarding, and potential challenges. You've given me a roadmap for navigating the ABAP hiring world.
I'm glad to hear that.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about building a strong ABAP developer team.
Okay.
Think collaboration's the right tools and creating a culture of continuous learning. We'll be back in a flash with part 2 of our ABAP deep dive. Don't touch that dial.
Sounds good. So let's dive into creating a high-performing ABAP developer team.
Okay.
It's about building an environment where talent thrives and they choose to stay.
Right. That's super important, especially, in today's competitive market. Where do we even begin?
Well, collaboration is key.
Yeah.
But it's easier said than done,
Right.
especially with ABAP developers who often work on very complex and intricate code.
All right. It's not just about everyone coding in the same room.
Right.
What does effective collaboration look like?
Well, it starts with a shared vision and clear goals.
Okay.
When everyone understands why their work matters,
Right.
how it connects to the bigger picture,
Mm-hmm.
they're far more likely to work effectively as a team.
So it's about giving their work meaning and purpose,
Exactly.
not just tasks to check off.
Purpose is a powerful motivator,
Yes.
and then you need the right tools.
Okay.
Think project management software like Jira or Asana, where developers can track tasks, share progress, and collaborate on code.
Okay.
Communication platforms like Slack or Teams are vital too,
Yeah.
for quick questions,
Yeah.
virtual brainstorming, and even casual team bonding.
So giving them the digital toolbox for teamwork.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate face-to-face interaction.
Right.
Even if your team is remote, schedule regular video calls or in-person meetups,
Okay.
those water cooler moments can spark some incredible ideas.
Yeah, definitely. But the tools are just one part of the equation, right?
Absolutely. The heart of collaboration is a culture of open communication and mutual respect.
Right.
Encourage developers to share their knowledge, whether it's
Right.
through code reviews,
Okay.
pair programming, or internal knowledge platforms.
Gotcha.
Create a safe space for questions,
Right.
for seeking help, and even admitting mistakes.
Right. So building a team where everyone feels valued and supported.
Exactly. When you achieve that,
Yeah.
the magic happens.
Right.
Ideas flow,
Mm-hmm.
problems get solved faster,
Yeah.
and everyone learns and grows together.
It's amazing what that can do for a team.
Mhm.
Now, let's talk about continuous learning.
Okay.
I touched on it before,
Mhm.
but why is it so important, especially for ABAP developers in such a fast-changing tech world?
Well, the SAP world never stands still.
That's true.
New features, modules, best practices.
Right.
It's constantly evolving. And ABAP developers need to be ahead of the curve, not just mastering what's current,
Right.
but anticipating what's next.
Yeah, that requires a commitment to learning both individually and as a team.
Mm-hmm.
How can I, as a leader, foster that?
Well, first, encourage attendance at industry conferences and workshops.
Right.
It's a chance to network,
Right.
learn from experts,
Okay.
and get exposed to cutting-edge trends.
So send them out into the world to bring back new knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next, provide access to online learning platforms,
Yeah.
things like SAP Learning Hub. Udemy for focused self-paced learning.
Gotcha.
Internal training programs led by your own experienced team members can be powerful too.
Okay.
Sharing expertise,
Right.
mentoring junior developers.
Like creating a mini university within our organization?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But learning shouldn't be a chore, right?
Absolutely. Celebrate those who take the initiative to expand their skills.
Right.
Make it a badge of honor.
Okay.
This creates a team that's always pushing the boundaries.
Right. And coming up with new and innovative ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are there less conventional ways to encourage learning?
There are.
Like,
Well, encourage contributing to open source projects.
Okay.
It's a chance to learn new technologies, collaborate globally,
Yeah.
and build their reputation within the ABAP community.
So giving them kind of a playground to experiment and grow?
Exactly. And who knows?
Yeah.
They might even create something that's beneficial to your organization as well.
That's a great point.
Another idea is a book club or a journal club.
Oh, okay.
Discussing articles,
Yep.
research, cool things that they've learned.
Creating space for intellectual curiosity and sharing.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about the technical and collaborative sides of ABAP development, but what about the human element?
Right.
How do I make sure that my team not only performs well,
Yeah.
but they enjoy their work
Mm-hmm.
and feel valued?
You're hitting on a really critical point.
Yeah.
Positive work environment is essential for both performance and retention.
Okay.
It goes beyond just perks.
Okay.
Those are nice too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What are the ingredients for a happy and productive ABE team?
Recognition and appreciation are paramount.
Okay.
Make sure your developers feel valued for their contributions.
Right.
Celebrate their successes, big and small.
Okay.
Whether it's completing a challenging project
Right.
or finding a clever solution to a tricky bug.
So acknowledging their hard work,
Yes,
making them feel part of something meaningful.
precisely. And these gestures don't need to be grand.
Okay.
A sincere thank you,
Right.
a shout out during a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
These small moments create a ripple effect of positivity.
Those human touches really matter.
Yeah.
What else is important?
Open and honest feedback.
Okay.
Frame it as an opportunity for growth, not criticism.
Right.
Focus on specific behaviors and provide constructive suggestions for improvement.
Helping them become even better versions of themselves.
Exactly. And remember,
Feedback is two-way.
Yeah.
Encourage their input.
Mm-hmm.
Be open to their perspectives.
Right.
This builds trust.
Yeah.
And it strengthens team relationships.
It's a dialogue, not a monologue.
Right.
And we briefly mentioned work-life balance.
Yeah.
How important is that, especially for ABAP developers who can easily get caught up in these complex problems?
Work-life balance is crucial.
Okay.
Encourage breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Disconnecting after hours.
Okay.
Prioritizing well-being.
Right.
It might seem counterintuitive,
Right.
but this can actually boost their productivity
Sure.
and their creativity in the long run.
Working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Right. Are there other ways to create that positive environment, that sense of belonging?
Don't underestimate team building.
Okay.
Even if it seems silly.
Yeah.
Things like virtual escape rooms, online game nights, or even just casual coffee chats can strengthen bonds
Right.
and build a sense of community.
Creating opportunities to connect as people, not just colleagues. Right.
I love it. This has been fantastic.
Okay.
We've covered so much ground.
Yeah, we have.
Collaboration, continuous learning,
Mm.
creating a positive work environment.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights.
Yeah.
Building a great team is a marathon, not a sprint.
It really is.
It takes time, effort, and a genuine commitment to your developer's growth.
It does.
But the rewards are worth it.
Absolutely. Now we know there are challenges along the way.
Right.
Let's tackle those head on in our final segment. We'll be back to equip you with the knowledge and strategies to overcome obstacles and lead your ABAP team to success.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to our final part of our ABAP Deep Dive.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot,
I have.
from essential skills to building that thriving team.
Yeah.
But now it's time to get real
Yes.
about the challenges that you might face.
Right.
And how to tackle them head on.
Yeah, good stuff.
So what's the first hurdle I should be prepared for?
Well, one of the most common challenges is managing complex business requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Often stakeholders might not fully grasp what they need, or their needs might change mid-project.
Oh, wow. So they changed their minds halfway through.
Yeah, it's like aiming at a moving target.
That's frustrating. I can see how that would lead to a lot of confusion and delays. How can I keep things on track?
Clear and consistent communication is key.
Okay.
Have a solid process for gathering requirements, documenting them thoroughly,
Right.
and keeping everyone informed of any changes.
So everyone's on the same page.
Right.
Okay.
Tools like user stories, wireframes, and prototypes can be incredibly helpful in bridging that gap
Okay.
between business needs and the technical solutions your ABAP developers will create.
Like giving everyone that shared language to work with.
Right.
What other challenges should I be aware of?
Integration is another big one.
Okay.
ABAP applications often need to interact with other systems,
Right.
both within and outside the SAP landscape. And this can get really tricky, especially with older systems or third-party software that might not play nicely with SAP.
Like trying to fit square pegs into round holes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The key here is to plan for integration from the start.
Okay.
Don't treat it as an afterthought.
Right.
Involve your ABAP developers in those early discussions,
Gotcha.
so they understand the integration requirements from day one.
So bring them to the table early on and make them part of the solution.
Exactly.
Any other tips for smooth integration?
Testing, testing, testing.
Oh, of course.
Don't wait until the end of the project to test how everything works together.
Right.
Regular testing throughout development can catch issues early.
Right.
And save you a lot of headaches down the line.
It's like preventative maintenance for your software.
Exactly.
What other bumps in the road should I watch out for?
Managing technical debt is an ongoing challenge.
Okay.
As ABAP systems evolve, it's easy to accumulate outdated or inefficient code.
Right.
And this technical debt can slow down development,
Okay.
increase the risk of errors, and make the system harder to maintain.
So it's like this digital clutter weighing down the entire system.
Yes, exactly.
How do I keep my system from becoming a digital hoarder?
Encourage your developers to prioritize code refactoring,
Okay.
improving the structure of existing code without changing its functionality.
Okay.
You know, clean up unused code,
Right.
keep the system lean and efficient.
Gotcha.
Build good hygiene habits right into the development process.
It's like spring cleaning for code.
Yes.
Okay. Now, one last thing I'm always concerned about is managing expectations,
Right.
especially with stakeholders who might not understand the complexities of ABAP development.
Yeah, that's where setting realistic expectations is vital.
Okay.
Don't overpromise and underdeliver.
Right.
Be upfront about potential challenges and timelines.
Yeah.
And keep everyone informed of progress.
So transparency is key.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regular updates, clear explanations, and a willingness to address concerns go a long way in building trust and ensuring a smooth project.
This has been an amazing deep dive into the world of ABAP developers.
It has.
We've explored everything from essential skills and salaries to building a strong team and navigating those challenges. You've given our listeners a fantastic toolkit for success.
I hope so.
And for those who are ready to take the next step in finding the perfect ABAP developer, theperfectdeveloper.com has created the 5 questions.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, it's a simple but powerful tool to pinpoint your specific ABAP needs.
Okay.
Answer 5 key questions about your project and unlock insights and guidance tailored to your unique requirements.
That sounds like a great resource. Where can our listeners find it?
Head over to theperfectdeveloper.com and try the 5 questions today. You'll be amazed how quickly you can clarify your needs and start connecting with the perfect developers for your project.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of ABAP developers. Until next time, happy coding.
And happy hiring.